Tonight, the Duluth Huskies are honoring Dale Hoagie Hoganson, a longtime fan and member of the organization whose impact stretched far beyond the baseball field.
That's right. Sadly, Hoagie passed away earlier this year, but his legacy sure lives on.
In Northern News Now, Yasmin Shah is live at Wade Stadium, where the Huskies are holding a Hoagie tribute night. A truly special night ahead, Yasmin.
Thanks, Dan and Laura. Gates are set to open here shortly over at the Wade, kicking off Hoagie Tribute Night. Joining me now is Huskies owner Michael Rosenzweig. Michael, thanks for joining us and taking the time. Now, for people who may not have known Hoagie, what makes him such a special part of this Huskies family?
Well, you know, he's been with us since we started this team in 2011, and even before that up at UMD. He's the greatest volunteer that any of us have ever seen, I believe, and he's always there. He had a cheery disposition, smile on his face, always wanted the home team to win, and he was just wonderful to have around the ballpark.
I love that. You guys are retiring his signature 00 jersey tonight. What does it mean to be able to honor him in this way?
You know, we're sorry he's not with us, and we were hoping that maybe he'd be around another 15, 20 years. That wasn't the case, so we've decided to retire the 00 that he wore for so many years proudly with the Duluth Huskies as a tribute.
Thank you for taking the time. We'll have more from the ceremony and those festivities tonight at 6. Reporting live at Wade Stadium, Yasmin Shah, Northern News Now.
A special night at the ballpark for sure. Thank you, Yasmin. You remember earlier this year we spoke to those who knew Hoagie and heard about his life and the legacy that he leaves behind in Duluth with UMD hockey in particular. You can find that full story online by downloading our Northern News Now app.